All right, so in this video, we're gonna go over 3 reasons why I changed the oil on my 24 Tacoma every 5,000 miles. And to start with, this only has 9,142 miles on it, and I have done 3 oil changes. And the reason for that is I do plan on keeping this long term, and I would like to see how long this engine lasts with all the stuff I'm doing. So I did a first oil change at about 800 miles. That was the break-in oil change. I did the second one at 4,200 miles. And I did a third one moments ago. Like I said, 9,000 miles. You can't see it anymore. But the reason for that is I stick to the 5K interval because this thing is not a highway driver only. It has 33s on it. I've taken it down multiple trails. And I also tow a 23-foot camper with this, which weighs probably 4,200 pounds loaded. So to me, that puts it in a category of you need to change your oil every 5,000 miles and probably no more. All right, so like I said, number 1 is going to be the wear and tear and general maintenance. So 5K puts you in a category if you're driving in hot environments, you're towing, you're going off-roading, etc., etc. Stop and go traffic, trails are slow rolling. And that's every category that this thing fits in right now. So like I said, I tow a 23-foot camper, weighs about 4,200 pounds. I do trails up in Colorado, trails in New Mexico, trails in Texas, trails in Utah, all the above. And when you change your oil every 5,000 miles, it gives you a chance to look at everything else. So I can pop my air filter out real easily, look at it. I can do a quick inspection and make sure that I have no leaks and that, that aren't needed. I can do a quick inspection of the belt and just overall get a good inspection of this thing, doing an oil change every 5,000 miles. And when you're towing and you're going off-roading, you want to be aware of what's going on with your motor. And you want to make sure that there's nothing that looks like it's prematurely failing or starting to leak. Relatively new motor in Tacoma. So it's only been out for, came out in 24 for this series of trucks. And it's just something that I think 5,000 miles fits doing when you're doing towing, off-roading, all that good stuff. Then it gives me a chance to wipe this off really quick. Still really dirty, just did an oil change, but it gives me a chance to clean it up just a hair. All right, so number 2 is gonna be the ease of doing an oil change on this. So doing an oil change on this thing takes literally 10 minutes. It's super simple. It's a screw-on oil filter. You remove 2 skid plates and it takes, literally a minute and a half to remove those skid plates, and everything's easily accessible. So it's almost too easy not to do a 5,000 mile oil change, or sooner, depending on how hard you run it. And I know there's a lot of advancements in oil, and Toyota recommends 10,000 miles. But to me, 5K is probably the safe place for a turbocharged full 4-cylinder engine that's going to be doing everything we ask it to do. All right. And the last part is going to be the cost. So I use AMSOIL oil 0W20. This is Signature Series, so it's considered their high end. And I order this in cases, and I do have the whatever, because I run this in everything I run. So I have the membership. So literally changing the oil on my truck myself cost me about $55. 60 on the high end, but you get a discount when you buy your truck from a dealer. You can buy your oil filters from the dealer. These are probably about $4 at the dealer. And then the rest of it's oil, right? So 5.9 quarts, basically 6. And it costs around $55 to change the oil. You take it to the dealer when you're out of your free oil changes, and you're gonna spend 120 bucks, 110 bucks to get an oil change. So it's honestly too cheap not to do it yourself and not to do it every 5,000 miles. So there is other oils you can run. This is the one I prefer to run. I'm not sitting here trying to sell you a product because I don't sell this. But there's other great oils out there. There's Pennzoil, there's Mobil 1. There's plenty of good oils if you're gonna do a oil change every 5,000 miles. That'll cost you less. You could probably get away with Mobil 1 or Pennzoil, and you could probably get out the door about 40 bucks for an oil change. So, like I said, those are the 3 reasons why I will continue to do 5,000 mile oil changes. And basically, number 1 is the biggest one. And like I said, it's because I tow and do a lot of off-roading. And DFW in the summer, 100-degree weather, it's just a lot of wear and tear on your vehicle. So that combination of the three, I feel warrants doing 5,000 mile oil changes. And like I said, the dealer can say what they want. I'm not doing a 10,000 mile oil change on my truck. I plan on keeping it for a long time. So to me, 5,000 is insurance that I will have no issues oil related on this truck.